Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Engaging with Eric podcast. In today's episode, I'm joined by James Abankwah. James is a 17-year-old footballer for the League of Ireland team St. Pat's FC. James came up through the Youth League in Longford and moved to Dublin to play for Cherry Orchard FC in 2019. James has won a bundle of silverware already in his career. He won the league and cup double at under 15 level and went on to win an under 19 league title, playing 3 years above his age group. James has also represented and captained the Irish national team of his age group on numerous occasions. He made history by becoming the youngest player to ever represent the St. Pat's senior team in 2019. In this episode, I have a concise and highly enjoyable discussion with James about how he got involved with football, his progression through the Longford Youth League, how he adapted to playing in Dublin when he left Longford, the mentality he carries as a football player, and lots more. James is an undeniable footballing talent and a shining light in the world of Irish football, who you should definitely keep your eye on going into the future. Without further ado, here's our conversation. Hey guys, it's Eric here, and I'm back with another episode of the Engaging with Eric podcast. And today I'm joined by Mr. James Abankwah. Thanks so much for joining me today, buddy.
Cheers, having me on today, Eric. Thanks.
No worries. James, like myself, is a local at Longford Town, and he plays for St. Pat's. So in today's interview, I want to chat with James a bit about his footballing career so far, the future of Irish football, and all that he's been getting up to. He's been doing fantastic work over at Pat's. So I hope to just spotlight James's work so far. James, recently you won the FAI Cup at St. Pat's. How are you feeling afterwards?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. It was a brilliant day out for me, for the team, my family, the fans, and especially to go out and win it as well. It was very good. Yeah.
Amazing. So James, you've been everywhere, I think, over the past while. I've seen your face everywhere because of the incredible work you've been doing at Pat's. And you've definitely been identified now, I think, nationally as one of Ireland's budding young talents in football. But where did it all begin? Because again, we both came from Longford, and I've witnessed you play football at underage level, and you were always brilliant. But where did the interest come from when it comes to football?
Probably from my older brother, Isaac. You know him yourself. It was about probably 5-4 when I started kicking the ball, and he just always played football, and like he'd bring me around, teach me little bits and tricks, and then since then I just fallen in love with the beautiful game. Yeah.
And of course, you and Isaac, you both came from Longford like myself. So
Yeah.
you played underage teams here in Longford.
Yeah.
I did for a short stint, but I was never as marvelous or brilliant as that of the crowd. But
Yeah.
what was it like developing through Longford? Because of course now you're in Dublin and you're playing for a senior team. But what was it like coming through Longford, and how did Longford contribute to your skills and who you are right now in regards to your footballing career, would you say?
Yeah, it was great. Obviously, actually, I started off in Donegal, but once I moved to Longford, like small town, small community, like you know everyone around there, which is good. How Longford probably helped me a lot was probably playing up a few years above my age, because obviously the physicality would have been a test for me, and yeah, I'd say just playing up a few years that helped me a lot.
And would you say playing up a few years like contributed to your strength and your skills? I know you mentioned physicality there, but do you think you gained lots from playing above your age group?
Yeah, definitely. I'll say that because, like, as you can see now, playing first team, playing a few years up my age as well, and just where that started off in Melview, that has helped me a lot. And yeah, just continue to keep doing it now. Yeah.
Cool. And I remember in underage football, coaches used to always highlight the basics, getting the basics right. So do you think Longford, developing through Longford, helped you get the basics right for your move to Dublin eventually?
Yeah, it did. Well, when I was at Longford, I was basically playing football for fun. You know yourself, just running with the ball all the time, shooting from wherever. But nah, it was real good at Longford. Good crack with the boys, and yeah, I enjoyed it.
Amazing. Well, then you moved to Dublin, didn't you? So what was it like adapting to Dublin? And where did you first go when you went to Dublin, actually?
Do you mean club-wise or? Yeah. So once I moved to Dublin, I signed for Cherry Orchard. Played there for a bit, schoolboy age. And then from Cherry Orchard, I moved to St. Pat's. But just adapting to the way they played in Dublin was a bit harder. Obviously, they train more frequently than we would obviously at Longford. So I had to kind of get used to that But yeah, it was good tests for me, and I really enjoyed it.
And do you find that the game switched more when you went to Dublin in regards to like tempo and like physicality and things like that?
Yeah, definitely. Tempo was a big one actually. Just the movement of the play, just very quick. Ball moved very quick, and obviously I wasn't used to that at the start. But the more I trained them, played matches with them, I got used to that, and yeah.
And did you find it hard to like mentally adapt to Dublin? Because again, when somebody's like at the top level somewhere and they go elsewhere and they're being challenged immediately and they don't like land there and are immediately at the top, it can be hard to mentally adapt to that. So how did you kind of overcome mental barriers to you being the best footballer you could be in Dublin when you first went over at a young age?
Yeah, well, for me, like if you're playing football and you're not enjoying it, like mentally, you're going to be like down bad. But for me, I was enjoying my football there, which also helped me mentally. Obviously, going there, I knew it'd be a challenge for me, but I just put it in front of my mind, saying that like obviously driving from Longford to Dublin all the time, like that's not going to be for no reason. Obviously, I'm trying to become one of the top players there, and it's worked out well for me, and just got to keep going now. Yeah,
that's the attitude to have. And you, I think you, of course, you're playing for St. Pat's now. And actually, I'll ask you first before I get to you being on the senior team about coming up the underage squad. So when you moved to Pat's, how was that, and how did you find it when you first arrived at Pat's?
Yeah, it was good. Good setup around the club. I came in at the under-15s for the under-15 team. We won the double, the league and cup that year. I then moved on to 17s. We didn't win on that year due to COVID. And then I played 19s with them, and then we won the cup, I think it was, yeah. So I've played right through the academy, and then now I'm mostly in the first team, which is really good.
And I believe you're the youngest player to start for the first team. So how did it feel on the first day when you came on and there was like, was there a crowd or an audience, or was it?
There was a bit of a crowd. It wasn't as much as there is now, but yeah, it was a surreal moment for me. I was quite nervous and scared at the start. You could probably see from the video, I don't know if you've seen it, my hands on my head, and I just didn't know what to do. But once I got on, like just got the first couple of touches, then that helped me settle down into the game quick. And just the players around me, the senior players, kept talking to me throughout the game, and that really helped. Yeah. But unfortunately, I'm not the youngest player anymore. Someone's broken my record, so
you'll always go down as the first, though.
Yeah.
And okay, James, I have to say, just to go back a bit, in regards to you coming up in Longford, you always were advanced in the way you played, and you were always, again, ahead of the ball in regards to your position, your skills, the way you conducted yourself on the pitch. Do you feel like football is something that always came natural to you when you were younger? Was it just easier for you generally relative to friends and other people around you?
Yeah, I think it did come natural to me. Just technically, I thought it was quite good. Obviously, I did play a bit higher up to where I play now. I was playing like kind of midfield striker. Obviously, I just get the ball run. I obviously did do a bit of training as well myself with my brothers, but yeah, I think it did come naturally to me.
Yeah, the next question is just about training and hard work and resilience. So, of course, you said to me a few moments ago that when you're traveling to Dublin to play for Cherry Orchard, how you adapted was knowing that you're not traveling for no reason. It's a long distance, that you have to work hard. So to you, how important is it to be a hard worker and someone who's resilient and someone who's focused on their goals and driven? And what's your mentality like in regards to your resilience, and what pushes and motivates you in that regard?
Probably just my parents. Like, obviously I've always wanted to become a pro, like at the highest level I can be. Like you said, traveling from Longford to Dublin is not easy. 3 times a week, my mum used to do for us all the time, and like it's just something I'd want to give back to them, and hopefully I do become top pro. So that's my mentality, like just to keep working hard, keep striving for my family, and then obviously friends as well. Yeah.
Amazing. Are there any footballers you look up to?
When it comes to defenders, I like Vidic and Virgil van Dijk recently. Yeah.
Cool.
I like the way he's ball playing centre half, and then Vidic, just the way he smashes people and tackles them.
Yeah. No, I have to have respect for that. Okay, so you're playing in the national team, James, and again, you're a well-respected name of the national team when it comes to observers and people watching your games. So, like, from the inside, what direction do you think the national team is going to go in regards to the Irish squad? Because you're a young talent yourself. You're seeing so many young talents around you. So are you feeling hopeful, a perspective about the future of Irish football? Do you think it's going to be taken in the right direction with figures like you and footballers around you?
Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of young talent coming from the younger ages, right from the 15s up to the 21s. And I can only see Ireland going forward, like keep going up. Just we need to keep working hard, keep getting the right players in as well, and yeah, just keep going up from here. Definitely.
Amazing. So yeah, and I have to say that I think Ireland is definitely in safe hands with the likes of you, other players, young talents in the Irish squad, your squad, and a few years up, we're doing amazing things, making noise. So the last question I have to ask you, James, you talked about your work ethic, your mentality, and your journey. But I'm sure there are so many young footballers here in Longford and across the country who might be watching you and know your name and see the fantastic work you're doing and the great places you're going to. And they themselves, they might want to emulate you. They might look up to you and want to be footballers one day. So any advice you'd give to them, like to a younger James, what would you say to him in regards to following his dreams and sticking at it?
Yeah, I'd say just keep working hard. Don't stay in your comfort zone. Just keep testing yourself. Just keep testing yourself and just prepare right before games, before trainings. That's what I'd say.
Amazing. Great advice from the man himself. Thanks so much for joining us today, James.
Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Thanks so much.
It's been a pleasure.